Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky. And thank you for watching. And if you're listening to this afterwards on the podcast, we really appreciate you. Not that we don't appreciate people watching. We really do too.
We appreciate all of it.
Yeah, that's right. It's just nice that we were able to get this information out and people are enjoying it, because I was surprised how many people are actually downloading our daily stuff as a podcast.
Yes. I'm reading a text from the person who may be cleaning the cabin that I'm putting on the market
up in Long
Barn. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you tell them that their kids can't go there until after it's sold?
Yeah, they can't. They wanted to go up and look at it one last time, before it sells. And
is everything included?
Yeah, they're leaving everything.
Yeah. So before we get into big thing, all right. So if you're selling a cabin and you're leaving everything, should you put that on the contract?
No.
Well, how do you make sure that you get it if you don't put it on the contract?
Well, you can put it on an addendum. You can put it in the contract, but if you put it in the contract, just say with no value given and no warranties to as of condition.
And you know what the lenders are going to say, right?
Yeah, we need to
take that out of the contract.
Take out of the contract.
Because you can't have an appraisal done with that stuff, and because then they want to show there's no value.
I think you're kind of covered by putting it in the multiple listing service saying fully furnished or furnished as seen cabin, and then that's something in writing that can be, hey, you said this, and then you don't have to deal with perceived value of the property the lender doesn't want to see.
Right, because there's no value for us for personal property. That's why if you have a house and then you have a manufactured home that's, a single wide that's sitting there on axles, and we just tell that it's for storage.
Right.
Because there's no value to it for us.
Really what? No, I'm agreeing. I'm saying really.
Oh, like you were saying, really?
Well, it's got a lot of steel on it.
Well, no, it's just because it's so hard to do that. Today I'm just not hearing myself. There we go. I can hear myself.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
All right, turn up the volume. All right. So what'd you do? Did you do anything for Labor Day? Because we haven't been here for 2 days. It's a Wednesday. It feels like a freaking Monday or Tuesday.
I completely forget what the hell I did Saturday. I think I worked in the yard. I know I did some real estate stuff. Sunday
I know you got all those papers and you're so excited.
Yeah. Sunday we had our little margarita stand in the neighborhood, and about 12:30 and about 55 neighbors came by. And
did you have a permit for that?
No, we didn't close anything off. We didn't sell anything. So
it was donated. By the Mike Kelly Real Estate Fund.
Yeah, exactly. No, the neighbors put in. We split it, so it was just kind of a fun little thing to do. It was the second time we've done it. We came up with it on a spur of a moment and did it, and the neighbors are like, "This is so much fun! I get to talk to people I don't normally see, on our walks." So,
yeah, well, before you know it, you're going to get the old Modesto City sending you a mill tax. I need to know mill tax on what you made, and did you have a sales? Did you say collect sales tax?
Here you go.
No, but how much did you sell? I don't know. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, 0. We sold 0, so we made
but
0
the cost
for the mill
of
tax.
It was how much?
Yeah, well, I guess no. Yeah. I got it all donated.
I just mess with you because you know how everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get on to. Well, for me, I was at the cabin for 4 days or whatever, and it was nice. It was rainy, really Saturday into Sunday, so we cleaned up the cabin. I mean, we went upstairs where we never go, and got all the extra stuff out of there we've accumulated over the last 9 years or so. And, you're amazing how much we got 4 sleeping bags to get rid of that we never use anymore, right? Because they were for camping. And then a bunch of other stuff that was like, okay, kids had gotten for Christmas and they just left it there and we were throwing the stuff out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Donate it.
Well, it was not anything you want to donate. Anyway,
that's true.
And then I had to fix the trash cans because the bears are getting in them. No, and they have actual bear trash cans up there.
Yeah.
And the bear's like, I know how to get in here. I'm in here. And so I put one of those huge toe down straps, you crank it down.
Yeah.
And they're not getting in there now.
They know how to get those open too. They just pinch that one thing and pull forward.
Yeah. My wife can't even do it. So I don't think the bears are going to do it.
Well, bears can't do it. They don't have opposable thumbs, but the raccoons can.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
I cranked that thing down. It was hard for me to undo it. All right, so rates the last 2 days have actually gotten a little bit worse. And people are going, what? Why is everything getting worse? Well, it's just how it is. It's going to get worse before it gets better. The only positive thing is, a few of the Fed government people have come out and said that they don't think there are going to be any raising rates in September. But unfortunately, I think they're still going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, so rates are a 22-year high with a $3,000 monthly mortgage payment is the norm now. And so if you look, and the only reason I bring this up because it's shocking a lot of people. Just 2 years ago, only 18% of home buyers were facing that payment.
Yeah.
And now that's grown to over 51%. Everybody I talk to is there because average home 400,000 plus, you're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing you can do about it. Because unless you're a vet, then you're at 2,700. And the reason because you don't have mortgage insurance.
I know you don't have the mortgage insurance.
So you're probably 29. But I'm just saying that's the one thing working with vets is you don't have that mortgage insurance. So it's a great program.
Yeah, and you know what? Very few of them are ever foreclosed on.
Right, because
they take it seriously.
Correct. Black Knight came out with their home price index, which is showing that home prices rose 1.5% in July, which is the biggest acceleration. You can read this from 0.7 in June.
Yep.
And if you look at it year over year, they're thinking so home prices are up 2.3% year over year, continue to set all new time highs for the third month in a row.
And last week, didn't we have Zillow and CoreLogic saying they thought
10%
it would be 10%
by end of the year? Yeah. Well, if you look at just where we are right now, it's 7.5. This is nationwide. This is not California. I guarantee we're at 15%.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But the media is looking at this one little part of it that is showing that the non-seasonally adjusted figure was only up 0.2%.
But during a full moon.
Yeah. And the reason is because Diana Olick on CNBC has been negative in the housing market for probably as long as I've been in the market, right? For like 20 years. Yeah. It's the only way she's able to say it's a bad time to be in real estate, but she's been saying that for the last 10 years.
Go back to that.
No.
But now to further narrative.
Oh, further. Sorry.
I like further.
Yeah, whatever. Don't pick on me.
He's a turd.
All right. New home sales. Single family home construction slows across the country in Q2. Single family homes, second quarter's actually slow. We're showing that they're slowing down. According to Realtor.com, I'm just going to go through these real quick. The Housing Trends Report, they actually showed that new listings increased by 3.5% on the month and are now down 7.7% of the year over year, which is improvement year over year declines. So last year, what we used to have was 20 to 25% decline year over year. We're only at 7.5 now.
Oh,
that's the big deal.
Yeah. No inventory.
Yeah. So new listings increase, and that's August, showing that right now, that we're in September. So we showed that in August that the people were listing their houses.
Don't you think it'd be interesting to see what end of quarter turns out for this year?
Yeah. I just can't wait till next year.
Yeah. Well, we have to. Let's wait. The time flies by so quickly already. Let's wait a little bit.
All right. One of the biggest things right now is on investors. People don't know this, but investors are pulling back in home market, and year over year, they're down 45%, meaning that only 55% of purchases are investors versus, of normally of 100% of people doing it, only 40. So let's just say half of them are saying, I don't think it's a good time to buy.
Yeah.
And normally investors purchase 7 out of 10 transactions are single family homes.
Single family.
Yeah. And if you look at the LLCs, it's probably BlackRock.
It is BlackRock.
I saw your post. ISM Manufacturing, which is the Institute for Supply Management. There you go. I know you always ask me.
I always want to know.
Said it registered 47.6%, which is 1.2% higher than the expected 46.4%. The service sector came in the same thing pretty much. This is normally shows you the overall economy. Figure shows indicates a 9th month of contraction after a 30-month period of expansion. So for 30 months it went up, and now we've been going down for 9 months. Yeah. Mortgage applications took in the shorts this week. Meaning that last week they were up, this week they're down. It's the lowest level since December of 1996. I was going to check what happened in December of 1996, but I didn't have time.
Well,
I was in the
90
business, and we were doing a ton of VA refis.
I remember 95 being a fairly good year and 96 being slower for some
Yeah,
reason.
and then it picked back up in 98.
Was it the floods? No, that was 98.
No, yeah, 95 was the floods, wasn't it, down here? But
Yeah.
I was in Southern California, and we were slammed up until 93, and then it was horrible in 94, picked back up in 95, slowed down in 96, and then picked back up in 98. So the 90s into the 2000s, that 10-year period was a horrible period in our industry.
Yeah. And we all got through it.
Right, but a lot of people ask me, you don't want your kids in this business? I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, I wanted to have a stable job.
That's right. It's different. I'm a sales guy. I learned this. They don't need to go through
coming in every month.
There's going to be a huge change in our industry eventually. With that lawsuit that's going through right now against for the listing side and all that stuff. And
which is all real, just absolute bullshit.
I know, but one of those companies are settling. So now they're settling. That means everybody else is going to have
the cards will fall.
Yeah. And it's not cheap. We talked about Fed, right?
And the whole premise
that was what I was talking about earlier. For what the Fed has done, the rate hikes that they have done will curve the output for 12 years. Which is not good. Did you know this?
Roku plans to lay off 10% of staff. No.
Yeah, so that just happened. So what does that mean? More is going to happen.
Yeah. Roku's pretty big and got big quickly.
Well, worse than that was Spotify. They spent billions on trying to get all these celebrities in there, and they lost 586 million. And because they're paying all these celebrities to keep podcasting. And the problem is, it's a great market and it's getting bigger and bigger, but it's not that big to pay those guys.
And I think a lot of people are kind of turned off on celebrities. Period. They're just full of shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just tired of it. You realize,
how do you really
Hollywood. Well, here, let me tell you, Hollywood has been on strike for the last 2.5 months, and nobody really gives two shits.
Yeah. Let's talk about your numbers. I have some stuff on rents, but we'll come back to it.
Good. I'm glad you have some stuff on rents.
Well, they're just hitting. So everybody moved to the suburbs, right? And it's still happening. And nobody's moving back because they can't afford to move back into the cities because it's too expensive.
Right. And
I'm not talking San Francisco because they're giving that shit away.
Oh, God. We were there. Oh, that's what we did Saturday. We went to San Francisco. Karen every year, makes Halloween costumes for the grandkids. So we got 7 now. And then we've got 2 more that are coming into the family through a new marriage next year. And so she's got 9. So she went and bought fabric while I sat at Pier 23 and had a couple cocktails and some oysters and listened to a live band. It was really rough for me.
And smelled all the pot.
No, actually, Pier 23 is probably one of the cleaner spots in the city.
Really?
She was on the corner of Mission and 17th. That's not clean.
Show the numbers.
That is how you say, hey, shithole.
Yeah. Well, that's what people are saying, how bad it is. And, it's hard for people. They can go over there and rent, but they can't you can't purchase stuff. People are like, I don't want to buy that right now and deal with all this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wrong button.
Well, could have been.
You don't have it shared yet. So
I didn't do that. I got it over there. I just forgot to do the
next step. You're too busy talking to a cleaner.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to get that clean.
Oh. Have you seen the show Nobody? The movie Nobody?
No.
Yeah, it's actually it was a unique movie. So if you have time, watch it. It's on one of the programs out there.
And nobody can watch Nobody.
Well, he's an auditor, which is somebody who comes in for one of the 3 letter agencies, and takes care of issues, and nobody survives when he comes in. And he's the guy that was in Breaking Bad. Oh, no, was he the Breaking Bad guy? Yeah, the attorney. Yeah, the attorney, and then he had his own offshoot show.
Oh, Everybody Loves Saul.
Him.
Yeah,
he's he actually did really well.
Actually, I saw a preview for that. That's an older movie, right?
It's been out for a while. I've seen it. I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time. And the last night I started, I was like, wow, that was pretty good.
So here we are,
Stanislaus County,
7.5 months. Stanislaus County, 2,357 closings. Which I think you did the math.
But that's up until August. That's into September, right?
That's up to today.
Right. So I did it wrong. So I was wrong on those.
You
numbers.
did 7.5 months?
Yeah, it should be 8 in a week, right?
8. Yeah. Yeah,
We'll
8 in a week.
Let's just do 8.
So we're back in the 2s.
Yeah, we're exactly where we've been.
Yeah.
So at 8 months, we're at 294, but we'd be like 8.1. So we were normally 286. So we give ourselves an extra 8.
429 active listings. Woohoo! 3,412 active agents. I don't know how active they are.
Well, my other question is on this, looking at your numbers, out of those active, how many are under 550?
You know what? I can go.
You don't have to do it now. That's something you can just bring tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason I'm asking is because it'd be nice how that breaks down why it's so much.
Right.
You follow me?
Yep.
Because if it's in the good price point of 517 or below FHA, that's where most people are jumping on it.
Right.
But again, 517 is a payment about $3,500 a month. So most people are going, what?
Well, median list price is $459,925, and average is $516,576.
So the average, that's in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah. So most of them are above probably 5. Well, again, that's why there's half of those are at 5.7 are below 517, and the other half are above.
Right.
That's probably why they're still sitting there. Right. And how bad are they? And what do they need?
That higher price range is a little more difficult.
Right. Because of the payment. I looked at somebody for 650 with 3% down would normally, that'd be 3,000. That was almost $5,000. Because you got, what people forget is the taxes on these things are 1 1/8 times the purchase price. So on a $650,000 home, your taxes here in California are going to be at least $700 a month, right around. I didn't do the numbers, but it's going to be, it's whatever if it's 650, it's going to be 650 plus another eighth on top of that. I just don't have my calculator here.
Right.
So people are like, what? Why is my payments? Well, right there, and you got insurance, you're almost at $900.
Yeah.
So
so you're actually adding $1,000 to your PI payment.
Right. On $1 million house in California, you're paying $1,125 a month in taxes alone. Right. So we used to do $1 million property and sell it, and that payment was $5,100. Now a 650 is $5,100.
There's a difference.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so. And then rents. So here I want to talk about rents.
Yeah.
So here's the question: what's worse than record high rents? Record high rents plus fees. So the landlords aren't, besides raising rents, they're making you pay for every little thing they have. Usually it's $10 here, $5 here, but basically it's going to include trash pickup, pest control, use of the mailbox, routine maintenance requests.
The use of the mailbox.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lease. Then there's also move in, move outs, lease administration. In Minnesota, there was one landlord who was collecting $100 so-called January fee for the first month of each year. It was unclear what he got for it, but he
called it a January fee.
Yeah, he charged it. So,
well, conversely, this is what happens when you have so much legislation that protects the tenants for some of the dumbest shit in the entire world. And
it's landlords can't.
Yeah, it's called rent control. Landlords can't recoup their costs, so they come up with these fees. So, again, unforeseen circumstances, or what do they call it?
It works. That works. What you just said.
Okay, cool.
So there was another thing on rents that say the same thing, but basically in that one, it says some governments pass new rent control measures, which is the worst thing they can do, because then now that just causes all this other stuff to happen because they have to raise it at, 8 to 10% every year. The lease comes due. You don't get to stay there because you've been really good. Apartment rents.
Landlord's forced to do that.
Right. In 21, right? Early 21, the rents went up 25% and some are 22, straining the budgets of many renters. And now they're getting hit with every little fee there is. And if you leave that place and go get a better place, your rents are going up even more, 40%.
Yeah.
In the last.
So buy a home.
Right. That's the only way to protect yourself going forward. And we're just putting this information out there saying that this is what's going on out there. One way or another, the only way this could get fixed is vote.
True. And
we're here because people picked a president they thought was going to do something else, and then he decided to do something completely exactly what I thought he was going to do. He never had any
intention of doing what he said he was going to do.
I don't think he remembers.
He doesn't remember, and that's the bad thing. The very, very bad thing about a career politician
Yes.
They're full of shit.
I like.
I'm saying the word shit a lot
Vaswani.
today.
Yeah, I like Rizwan, whatever his name, Rizvi Vaswani or whatever.
Ramswani.
Yeah, I like him
Yeah,
actually.
he's a good orator.
He's a good talker.
Well.
Yeah, he's a good talker. But I mean, he's not. He's the only person who doesn't. He's not a career politician except for Trump. But don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of a mess.
I don't think we can trust anybody that's been in politics for more than 15 years right now.
Well, I mean, did you see the thing where what's her name? The press secretary.
Dipshit.
No, that's what would you
Pierre.
call her? Yeah, whatever, Pierre for young, whatever. She was saying how Jill Biden had COVID. I sent it to you, and that now the president's this is going to be masking in front of people and around people. 5 minutes later, he's in the putting a medal on a Vietnam vet, and he takes his mask off and gets real close to him
to smell his hair.
No, just the whole statement about this is what he's going to do now, and then he does something complete opposite. I'm just tired of
what he's going to do.
Yeah, the bullshit that goes on here.
You saw the one where he was in the middle of the ceremony and he just and walked off.
No, I didn't see that one, but that's normal.
Yeah, he just left. People are just clapping.
All right, well, that's about it for me today. You got anything else?
I got nothing else.
All right, well,
wait, yeah, I do. Bye. Did you see the thing I sent you about Barbara Corcoran? If Barbara Corcoran says to do it, you should do it because she's the smartest woman on the planet.
She made a ton of money in New York back in the day, and that's where her money's from
real estate. So she says exactly what we've been saying, exactly what Dave Ramsey's been saying, and exactly what that other ding dong Grant Cardone.
We've been saying it, and now they are saying it. Let's get it right.
It did start here first. By now, it's going to be the least expensive time you'll ever buy a home.
That's right. Because in 5 years from now, you're going to wish you bought it at this time. 2 years from now, you're going to wish you bought it at this time. And a year from now, you're going to wish you bought it this time. So do it now. Don't wait. All right. Make it a great day. We appreciate you. And if you're listening to this on the podcast afterwards, we really appreciate you.
And remember,
make it a great day.
We'll be back here tomorrow.
That's right.